evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel and are watching this for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense, it is because we're dealing with everyday solutions, trying to seek everyday problems, trying to seek solutions. Unfortunately, not everyone uses logic, which is for that reason it is called Uncommon Sense. Now, tonight it's going to be another short video of which we're going to be talking about current events. Tonight, we're going to be sharing some stories regarding the TSA. Now, I'm going to share something that I was planning to save until season 3 of Uncommon Sense. But when I came across this story, I had to share it. So we're going to have a segment every so often called What the Heck is This? Okay, just give me a moment so I can share my screen. Okay. Now, I came across this article and there's an audio tape. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio tape of his report and then we're going to talk about it.
Florida woman accused of using COVID relief loan to hire hitman charged in TSA agents, murder reports. A Florida woman allegedly used coronavirus relief funds from the Paycheck Protection Program to hire a hitman accused of killing a Transportation Security Administration officer outside Miami last year, according to newly unsealed court documents obtained by local media. Jasmine D. Martinez, 33, is in custody in St. Lucie County on charges of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and conspiracy to commit murder, jail records show. She's expected to be transferred to Miami-Dade custody. Javon Carter and Romeo Robinson are already jailed there on a slew of related charges. Charges against Carter, an ex-con and the alleged shooter, include first-degree murder with a deadly weapon and unlawful possession of a firearm by a violent career criminal. Robinson was already in custody on other charges, including resisting arrest, burglary, carrying a firearm without a serial number, armed robbery, drug trafficking, and many more. All three are being held without bond, jail records show. Martinez is accused of collecting $15,000 in PPP money, most of which went toward hiring Carter to allegedly gun down LaShawn Jones, 24, in front of her 3-year-old on May 3rd, according to the Miami Herald, which obtained court records containing the allegation. After Martinez collected the coronavirus relief money, Robinson allegedly negotiated a $10,000 fee for Carter using coded language, according to NBC6 Miami, which also obtained the warrant. After the shooting, the documents allege that Carter collected his money, posed with it in a selfie video, and said, "Just another day at the office." The warrant had been sealed since earlier this month after police took Carter into custody but were still seeking Martinez, according to the paper. Martinez is a 22-page rap sheet in Florida, including convictions for domestic violence, theft, and selling a firearm with an altered serial number, records show. Several of them involve Jones as a victim, including a pending robbery case, as well as assault charges that had been dropped. Carter's rap sheet is almost twice as long and includes numerous felony convictions, including on firearms and weapons charges, burglaries, and grand theft. Robinson's attorney told the Herald that his client had been in custody well before the slaying and that he had nothing to do with it. But investigators in the warrant reportedly said they learned of the plot in part through recordings of prison phone calls involving the three suspects: another man, Kelly Nelson, who had dated Martinez and allegedly assaulted Jones in a courthouse parking lot in 2020. Fox News' Sarah Rumpf contributed to this report.
Now you can see why this was called What the Heck is This? Now, for the benefit who are not familiar with the PPE program, it was one of the relief programs that was created to deal with the coronavirus situation where funds were made available to keep employees employed. Uh, the crazy part that this person actually got $15,000 in loans, supposedly with the purpose of making sure that employees pay their wages and use the funds allegedly, because we don't know if that's the case, to hire a hitman. Now, if that's not what the heck that is, I don't know what is. I just want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope on Twitter. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share another story. Just give me a moment. Oops, that's not what I'm looking for. Please forgive me. I'm still trying to deal with all this technology. Okay. Okay. Now, here in at the airport at South Bend, they got the TSA got new 3D scanners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give me a moment.
The next time you go through TSA could be a lot faster and maybe make you a little bit safer. That's because South Bend's International Airport is getting new state-of-the-art 3D scanners to improve explosives detection. The 3D imagery will allow TSA officers to manipulate the image on screen to get a better view of a bag's contents and clear items without having to open a carry-on bag. The two checkpoint scanners are being installed at the airport this week. To facilitate the installation, only one screening lane will be open for passengers from February 23rd to 25th and March 2nd through 4th.
So as you can see, just give me a moment. That's the latest development. One thing I do appreciate it, using technology to screen passengers in an efficient way. And of course, with any new system, there's going to be bugs. So time will tell how effective these new scanners are. Now, what I'm going to do is share another story. Just give me a moment. Okay. Now, this was a recent article talking about TSA screenings have risen to the highest level since Thanksgiving as COVID restriction ease. And I'm just going to read to the article. The number of people screened at airports Friday reached their highest level since the Thanksgiving holiday as more countries eased restriction on travel set during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Transportation Security Administration said it screened 2,241,123 people Friday, the most since the Sunday after Thanksgiving, when more than 2.4 million people were screened. The agency screened an additional 1,826,392 people on Saturday and 2,067,780 on Sunday. The 3-day total was nearly double the number of people screened during the same period last year, but fell short on 2019 figures. It's also the first time that screenings topped 2 million since January 2nd. So I'm just going to Parker here. So obviously, now that people feel a little bit more secure about traveling, so therefore, TSA is going to be screening more people. I just want to acknowledge the fact that 2 people are currently viewing this video. And I'm sure most people will catch it on the playback, which is perfectly fine with me. I just want to show my appreciation to all the people who have watched my content. And now we have reached 50 subs. So I just want to give a huge shout out to all my subscribers who are commonly known as the uncommon folk. Now, what I'm going to do is let's see. Show another article. I think this would be like the last article I'm going to share because I do want to keep it short. Okay. Now, this was an article that appeared on the Boston Herald. And I'm just going to read to you. Okay. I apologize. Sometimes, okay, just give me a moment. Now, this is a situation. Okay, I'm going to read to you what happened. This is a situation where a person allegedly was carrying a large sum of cash to the airport. I'm just going to read to the article. Banks were already closed on Saturday, August 2019, when Rebecca, I'm sorry, this, okay. When Rebecca Brown's 79-year-old father entrusted her with more than $82,000 in life savings. Until that moment, the cash had been stashed in nooks, crannies, and walls of the first of the old family's home southwest of Pittsburgh. And then after he sold the house in 2018, a smaller apartment in the area. Brown, who lives in the Boston area, and her father, Terry Rowland, decided that weekend that he would use the power of attorney to finally put all the cash into a joint bank account with the primary purpose of tending to Rowland's health care and more immediate needs, like fixing his rust-out truck and replacing his teeth. But given the shuttered banks and the fact that Brown had to return to Boston for work that Monday, plans had to change. She did a quick check online to make sure it was legal and then packed up tens of thousands of dollars in cash in her purse and headed to the Pittsburgh airport early in the morning on Monday, August 26, 2019. Excuse me. I'm sorry, it says it's a little slow. Okay. It's there when the plan hit a snag. Transportation Security Administration screeners. TSA personnel alert local law enforcement about the large quantity of cash. Brown says that she was soon questioned by Pennsylvania state troopers, and the money was seized by a Drug Enforcement Administration agent known to the plaintiffs only as Steve. It took 6 months for them to get their money back, according to their attorney. Brown sued and had a case taken up pro bono by the Institute of Justice. Sorry. Okay. The class action lawsuit, which survived a government motion to dismiss last March, argues on Fourth Amendment grounds that the DEA seizure is unconstitutional and that the TSA exceeded its legal authority. Brown is the lead of the four plaintiffs so far in the suit, which could end up with another Boston connection, as the senior attorney that told the Herald that he was interested in adding the woman who was stopped Thursday at Logan International Airport with roughly $10,000 in cash in a slow cooker. Flying with any amount of cash is completely legal, senior IJ attorney Dan Arbon told the Herald, adding that the lawsuit intends to put an end to the seizures. You don't forfeit your constitutional rights when you try to board an airplane. IJ describes itself as a nonprofit law firm with a mission to end widespread abuses of government power and secure constitutional rights. The law firm said that between 2000 and 2016, federal agencies seized more than $2 billion in cases like Brown's. The TSA declined to comment on the matter, citing policy not to discuss litigation, but TSA spokesman Daniel Velez confirmed that the agency, by policy, does not confiscate money found during screening. We will bring it to the attention of local law enforcement officials to look into. A request for comment sent to the DEA on early Friday afternoon was not returned. Now I'm going to park it here. Now I'm going to be perfectly honest. I have mixed opinions in regards to that situation. First of all, I would never carry a large amount of cash if I could avoid it. Who knows what some people may have to do, okay? But I would highly recommend, if you're going to carry large amounts of cash, that you do your due diligence and see what's permissible and what's not, and make sure, since you're going to be carrying a large amount of cash, that you take all necessary precautions to get to the airport safely, because anything can happen. So I just want to appreciate the fact that now we have 3 people viewing the stream. And again, I do appreciate all those that have viewed my content. I have noticed in my analytics that roughly 80% that view the content are not subscribers. So I really would appreciate if you find my content informative and interesting, to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do post any material, you will be notified and you'll have an opportunity to either watch it live or to watch it on the playback. Now, I just want to let everybody know that Sunday at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 7:45 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be conducting another live stream. And the topic will be, are we addicted to social media? So what we're going to do is we're going to share information, and we're going to some articles regarding, is there anyone that's addicted to social media? and how we can deal with it. Um, Anything to excess is not a good thing, whether it be eating, drinking, or social media. Um, I will allow everybody um, to enter their comments in the chat. Anyone who wishes to join the panel will be more than welcome to do so. What I do ask is please, people, please be respectable. Do not put any nasty comments in the chat, and please do not put any odd Russian characters on the chat because you will be blocked. It is that simple. I am trying to create a safe environment for all those who wish to opine and express an opinion. Even when we disagree, as long as we are agreeable when we disagree. I also want to let everybody know that on Monday, February the 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Okay, sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we will be conducting another interview. And the topic, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to interview the one, the only introvert Boricua. So, what will be an opportunity to learn from him and ask questions in regards to his channel. I want to encourage everybody to please subscribe to the introvert Boricua. So what I would do is during the interview, I will put a link to the chat. So therefore, um, everyone will have an opportunity to look at the platform. Now I'm going to say a few words in Spanish regarding our next stream in Spanish. Vamos a tener la próxima stream completamente en español el domingo 6 de marzo el partir del 9 menos 15 tiempo de Nueva York, el 6 menos 15 tiempo de California y 8 menos 15 el tiempo de zona central. Y la tema vamos a hablar es cómo el COVID-19 ha tocado la comunidad latina. Entonces vamos a hablar sobre los efectos del COVID-19 a nuestra comunidad. So on Sunday, March the 6th, we're going to be talking about how COVID-19 has affected the Latino community in the United States. So we're going to be sharing information and how we as a Latino community can deal with COVID-19. Again, it will be completely in Spanish. However, if anybody wishes to enter a comment in the chat in English, what I would do is I will read it and I will translate it into Spanish. So I do appreciate all the support that I have received. So I'm going to ask everybody, please like, subscribe, and tell your neighbors, your friends, your loved ones, your co-workers regarding Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now there will be a season 3 of Uncommon Sense. I will be talking more about that next month. And also in April, I'll be taking some time off to properly discern regarding the direction that I would like the channel to lead. Of course, like any good creator, we always try to do better. So, that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to close the same way that I always close. Do not let the errors of the past damage your future. And whatever you do, please, and I mean please, minimize your contact with a mentally and intellectually challenged. Because if you fail to do so, you will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. That being said, um, for those who are not familiar, the mentally and intellectually challenged is my umbrella term for all the slow tech groups. Basically, people who are not able to accept constructive criticism and want to speak in a chamber when they can only hear pro, their own views. So, that being said, this has been another episode of News and Current Events and Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. And I thank you very much. And I'm gonna bid everybody a good night. Take care. Have a blessed night and peace.
Be strong.